Dan, wash your hands.
Brace yourselves, this is another long one.
Oh. Take a sip.
Heavenly Father, we have several days that we dare not forget. The day a young president was assassinated in Dallas. A day when one of your servants gave his life in this our beloved Bluff City. A Sunday in December, which will always live in infamy. And now we have a September day where not only Twin Towers were brutally collapsed, but a nation trembled. And yet, we stood as one. We shall always mourn for those who suffer, for those that suffered on that dreadful day. And we should never forget that a cross-cut of people from all walks of life, from different races, creeds, social status, suffered on that day. The civilized world stood united immediately after the tragic 9/11 event. However, it is sad that 9/11 also initiated a conflict which for a decade now has literally bled our nation in human suffering and sparked the beginning of economic woes which linger to this day. As a minister of God, I have to say, O Lord, an eye for an eye leaves us all blind. As concerned citizens, we might add, and it also leaves us broke. Please, Lord, allow us to recapture that universal unity we had a decade ago. And now to more serious stuff. Last Saturday's gridiron encounters. Some local teams got back on track, while many continue to ask, where did the luck of the Irish go? We are honored this evening, O Lord, to have as our speaker your son Larry. A native of Jackson, Mississippi, he returned to Memphis after spending 5 years on the LSU coaching staff. He had also worked 3 years with LSU coach Les Miles at Oklahoma State before joining Miles in Baton Rouge in 2005. He coached LSU running backs while also holding 2 key roles on staff, assistant head coach and chief recruiter. Larry was elevated to that position and assistant coach, head coach during the spring of 2006. He has twice been named as the National Recruiter of the Year, making him one of the top all-around assistant coaches in college football. Continue, O Lord, to bless him, to bless his wife, Charmaine, and their children, Brandon, Amari, and Olivia. Bless also your son, Dr. R.C. Johnson, who is honoring us this evening with his presence, especially us who proudly wear the blue and the gray. Bless also our prep players of the week. Defensive player of the week, Carl Mitchell Jr. of Wooddale High, his coach, Keith Spann, and his parents, Carl Mitchell Sr. and Jada Mitchell, and his brothers, Marcus and Ladarius Mitchell. Bless also our offensive player of the week. Where is it? Will Gross of Melrose High and his coach. Whether he's here or not, you tell him that we prayed for him. Bless the food and drink set before us, multiply them the world over for the good of mankind, and us to thy service. Amen, amen, amen. Kyrie eleison.